Hi, everybody, and welcome to Music Express Live. I'm John, and I've got a problem. I'm here with 4 of the most talented women I've ever met in my life. They're part of the all-Irish female group, but I don't know how to pronounce their name. It's either Celtic or Celtic, Celtic or Celtic. How am I going to introduce them if I don't know how to say it? I should ask them? Why didn't I think of that? That's why Music Express kids are the brightest kids on the planet. Ladies and gentlemen, I present the
Celtic Woman.
Celtic Woman. Thank you so much for helping me out. And hopefully, eventually, you're going to explain to me the difference between Celtic and Celtic. But would you mind? Thank you, and for being here. We're so happy. I was just watching you rehearse, and I was blown away by your talent and just what you bring to the stage. Would you mind starting off by telling us your name and the role you play in Celtic Woman? Maybe we'll start over here.
My name is Marie Carlin, and I am a singer.
I'm Susan McFadden, and I'm also a singer.
I'm Mairead Nesbitt, and I'm the fiddle player.
I'm Lynn Hillary, and I'm a singer too.
So I get it. 50% of the Celtic woman or Irish women are named Mairead.
Yeah.
We have 2 of them. That's right.
Very good math.
And so we have vocalists here, but I was watching you play the violin.
Yes, I do. Yes.
Amazingly, I have to say.
Thank you very much.
You don't just play it. You dance all over the stage. I saw you running and whirling. How do you do that?
Well, I love to move with the music. You know, the music obviously is the most important thing to us, and as long as that stands, you know, we're very, very happy with that. But you know, I love to move when I play also. So if it makes sense with the music, that's what I do.
It's hard to stand still and make music. Good, you're singing my song right off the bat. We dance a lot on Music Express, so the kids love that part. So, when I was watching your group, if someone had never seen Celtic Woman before, how would you describe your show? Because it's so unique.
Well, there's a lot of different elements to the show. There is obviously a lot of music and there's a lot of singing, but we also have some amazing musicians, including Mairead, of course, on her fiddle. We have some of the best musicians in the world. We're so lucky that we have these fantastic Irish musicians on stage, but we also have Irish dancers on stage. We have a bagpiper, and we have a choir, and we have some beautiful costumes, which we're very lucky to be able to wear costumes by an Irish designer called Simon O'Mahony. So there's a lot of elements that go into our show. It's not just singing.
It's really a multimedia production.
Yes.
Well, whose idea was it?
Well, it was developed by the amazingly wonderful maestro that is David Downs, who came up with this idea. He was the musical director of the world famous river dance, and he was always inspired by, I guess,
Lord
that
of the Dance. Often called
that kind of music, I guess. And so he came up with this idea, and 10 years later, here Celtic Woman is, and it's still going strong. And we're so proud of him for that very fact that he, you know, took that idea and made it what it is.
10 years. That's a lot of Irish music. Well, so who can explain to me the difference between Celtic and Celtic? I'm looking at you.
I don't think there is a difference. I think it's just 2 pronunciations of the same word.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, there's no difference.
Well, okay, then. Now you tell me.
There is the Celtics, you know, in Boston, you know, the
That's
basketball
right.
team.
Yeah, we don't talk about
But you're not allowed to
basketball
call
team.
us Celtic Woman. That's it.
Okay, so is there actually, why is it called Celtic Woman when there's a bunch of you?
I suppose there's a big word here that we use, isn't it? It's supposed to represent the quintessential Irish woman, and that means sort of the all-encompassing, the woman that kind of does everything. Yeah. You know, she sings, she dances, she plays music, and she's lovely as well. I think that's what
Well, it must be true. Just look at you all. You know? Well, okay, so is music and singing a part of the Celtic tradition generally, or is that?
I think so. I think, you know, we're a little island, And we love our music, we love our culture, we're very passionate about our music, about our songs. Our lyrics tell a story. The Irish are great for telling a story, and our melodies are very, very beautiful, even though we say so ourselves. But they're very accessible to people, and you know, I think Ireland is very famous for that. And you know, the melodies are haunting, and you get to see a lot of different styles of Irish music in our show as well.
Do Celtic men sing?
They do, but not as well.
More louder with their arms around each other, swaying back and forth. Oh, it's funny. Well, you all travel around the world. I know you've been going for months, and almost every night you're in a different place. What's the most difficult thing about being a Celtic woman? I mean, when I mean that, not a Celtic woman as in Ireland, but a Celtic woman on stage. On tour.
Well, I suppose for anyone being on tour is hard work. You know, you spend a lot of the time away from your family and away from your friends. So that is probably the hardest part. But we're so lucky to get to do what we do and to perform on stage every night in front of thousands of people and to bring music all over the world. It's an incredible honour, and not a lot of people can say they get to do that. So a lot of the negative things definitely outweigh, or the positive things outweigh the negative things. That's
well,
what
that was going to be my next question. Then, what is the most difficult thing? But maybe you've already answered that.
Yeah.
Can you tell us any just embarrassing times, or when things have just not gone the way you planned for them? Or is that every night?
Probably.
So always surprises.
A few slips and trips, possibly.
You're not gonna let us in on any
Our
secrets.
dresses are long.
Yes.
Yeah, we've had a few stumbles.
The first night I performed with the girls on stage. We were in Düsseldorf, was
Yes.
it?
Yeah.
In Europe, and we were doing a little dance, and I fell right on my face. But I just got up again and like pretended it was part of the dance, and
She made it work.
Which is what it means to be a Celtic woman.
Yeah,
you,
right.
you fall on your face and
you
get back
dust
up and do
yourself
it
off
again.
and you get on with life.
Well, we have a lot of young musicians out there. Our Music Express kids they're all studying music, they're learning about it. What advice would you have for them if any of them wanted to have a career like what you have? Let's start with the violinist, the fiddler.
Okay, well, first and foremost, you know, we are very, very lucky all to do what we absolutely love. We're very passionate about what we do. So you love music, and that's actually the most important thing. You enjoy what you do, and whether it's on stage, off stage, you know, you're having a few tunes with your pals, and it's really the ultimate communicator, I think. And you know, practice hard, you know, because that helps you to further communicate your emotions to whoever you're playing for, whoever you're singing for, and absolutely, most importantly, enjoy yourself.
Did you hear that part about practicing? I think your teachers will really like you listening to that part an awful lot. So have you all trained classically, or is it just you've done this your whole life? What kind of training did you have, Marie?
Well, I had my first singing lesson at the age of 4, which was very fun. We just sang loads of Disney songs. And I took it seriously at age 16 when I got the part in a BBC opera. And so I did that, and I got the bug for it. And so I moved to London, I got a place in a conservatory, and I studied classical singing. But I did not want to do that at all, and I was very unhappy. I loved folk music, and I was very lucky that I managed to pursue that path alongside my classical training, and I finished my degree. And
Finished her degree.
yes, I finished my degree, and then I met these lovely ladies, and here I am today.
And?
Well, I'm a bit different. I went to stage school. I trained in musical theatre mainly from the age of 4 right up until like I was 18, and I spent most of my childhood in the theatre performing and then going to school during the day and doing my homework before I went to work at night. And then, yeah, it was just something that I kind of kept doing. I worked from the age of sort of my first professional job when I was 11. I played Annie.
Really?
And then I continued on, and I'm here today.
Did you
still
wear a
performing.
wig?
No, they cut my hair and they dyed it red.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, they didn't, did they?
That's what they do.
We have a lot of Music Express kids who have probably had that same experience right at home.
It's
so
got to be done.
that's a riot. And we heard from you trained, and you trained in violin and as a singer.
Yes, well, actually, I sing a tiny bit, but absolutely no need for me to sing in this fabulous show with these amazing singers. But I'm a violinist, really, and I trained as a classical violinist and in London also, and also in Ireland in Trinity. And you know, so I've been very lucky to be able to, you know, be versatile. I think that's a great thing, is to be versatile, actually, and to find your own niche once you train. Very, very important, and practice, and you know, classically and with traditional and jazz also. So I've been very, very lucky to have that training. So.
And?
Yeah, I started very late. I didn't start when I was 4 like these girls. I started when I was 18. I was just too shy. I didn't open my mouth to sing until I was 18. And then I just started singing in church and sung church music. And then I studied classically as well. But same as Mairead, it wasn't for me. And actually, you know, I think you have to be careful with your training sometimes, because you have to know what you want first. I think that's important, because I think that some teachers in Ireland maybe can sometimes bring you down a way you don't want to go. So I think it's important to make up your mind, decide if you want to be a classical singer or a folk singer or a pop singer or musical theatre, and kind of decide for yourself, because if you don't, then sometimes your teacher will make up your mind for you. And that's not always a good thing, because then you end up maybe, you know, changing your voice or doing something that you don't love. And like Mairead said, the most important thing is that you remember why you love it, and you keep reminding yourself why you love it, because that's why we have music, and that's why it's such a healing thing for people, you know.
Yes.
So I think it's
and
important.
when things aren't working out, that's the only thing you've got to hold on to anyway.
Right.
And if you do something that you love, then it doesn't really matter if it's not going your way. At least you know you love it, and you know that's the core of everything.
Follow the joy, follow the love. That's a pretty good message and a wonderful way to wrap this all up. Thank you so much for taking some time out of your really busy schedules. We're so delighted to have you here in Southern California and sharing your beautiful music with all of us.
Fantastic to talk to you.
So I'll just say, from Music Express Live, here with the fabulous Celtic Woman, all 4 of them, this is John Jacobson saying, be nice to your teacher, and we'll see you again real soon right here on Music Express.
Margin,